We've all been there. You're sitting on the runway in the plane. Maybe you're going to Mexico, you're on a vacation somewhere, you're excited to get going, and they're going through their spiel, the exit rows, all that stuff. And then they talk about the little oxygen mask dropping from the cabin, roof. And they talk about putting it on yourself first before you help other people. Why is that? Why did they tell you to put it on yourself first? Well, say you start trying to put it on your kid and you run out of air and you pass out. Now your kid isn't going to be able to put it on himself more than likely, and you can't help him anymore. So you always want to take care of yourself first before you take care of anyone else. And over the last 30 years, my coaching people, my number one client is the hard charging female. And today, modern society, women not only have to be good mothers, they have to be CEOs, executives. They've heaped on a lot of extra responsibility and a lot of pressure. So it's even worse now. Women are running their kids around to practice, plus they've got a career, plus they're balancing and juggling so many different things. And it ends up with a lot of burnt out women. And a lot of these women that are super type A, they try to fix things by doing more stuff, right? So a lot of these women that they're not sleeping a lot, they're working really hard, and then they throw exercise on top of that because they're not happy with their body composition. They're not happy where they are. And the key is to really slow down and to do simple things like get outside and go for a walk for 5 minutes. Take a few minutes, do a non-sleep deep rest. Huberman's got some great, 5-10 minute non-sleep deep rest. Make some time for you, schedule a massage once a week, schedule a float tank session. These are all things you can do to help put gas back in your tank so you can continue to help other people. And I think a lot of women make a mistake doing is they don't ask for help enough from their kids, maybe from their significant other, teaching their kids to cook. How many women I've worked with that have, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old kids, and they're cooking dinner for them and they're cooking lunch for them and they're cooking breakfast. I'm like, you have a 15 or 16-year-old kid and they can't make their own breakfast. They can't scramble eggs. They can't, take care of some of these things for you. And so it might take a little while in the beginning to teach them how to actually cook some food, but that's going to pay dividends because, and a lot of times, a lot of the women I work with are really into fitness, so they have to make their own food, and then they have to make food for the kids because the kids don't want to eat the food they're eating. So a lot of times, a lot of ladies are afraid to step up and say, hey, look, you need to do this, you need to do that. I can't do it all for you. And they want to because they want to help, they want to be there for them. But the best thing you can do, especially, obviously I've never been a parent, but from working with a lot of teenagers over the last 30 years, I would say hundreds, one of the most important things you can do is to get them to take responsibility and teach them things, how to do things. That's why I'm really a big fan of Montessori. They teach these kids how to cook. They teach them how to do chores. They teach them how to take care of things. And I think the number one thing you can do as a parent is force your kids. Not force them, but encourage your children to take responsibility, help around the house, make them self-sufficient so that when they go out on their own, they're fine. But also it takes the burden off you. And the better job you do taking care of you through I-5 fundamental habits, which is get outside 3 times a day, walk after meals, helps with circadian rhythm, basically helps with sleep, helps you control food cravings, hormones. Everything in the world is run by circadian rhythm. Protein at every meal helps you build muscle, helps you maintain muscle. When you're trying to lose body fat, helps produce a lot of the neurotransmitters and things you need to have a good night's sleep. Also helps you turn off your appetite. Drink high quality water, preferably spring water. Get the lights off at night. Don't be staring at your phone at 9, 10 o'clock at night. And have good community, have good social connection. Have friends to go out with. Those are the 5 fundamental habits. So if you can even do half of those, put gas back in your tank, be in a better place. That way you can be a better parent. You can be a better spouse. And then you'll get actually better results, health and wellness wise, body composition wise, because you'll be in a better place. So a lot of times doing more and working harder is not the answer. Many times it's about being more efficient. And many times for most people, it's about a little bit more self-care so that you can push when you need to. So have yourself a great day. Of course, I've got my group, the Vitality Sisterhood. Be happy to see you in there. There's a link below and love to get you in the group, ask questions. Got a lot of great information in there on how to take care of yourself. If you're one of those women that's just totally overwhelmed, you're exercising, you're running around with a chicken with your head cut off, but you're not getting any results, this would be the perfect group for you to kind of learn how to work within your means and get yourself in a better place by just being a little bit smarter about your approach. Have a great day. Talk to you soon.